sense of community spirit on this film. How are you able to get to know each other and bond through this experience on set?
We spent a lot. Oh, on set. Well, we were always in the same environment, staying in the same hotels, whatever. So we'd always team up afterwards and have some dinner and chat absolute rubbish. Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, we were really lucky though. Like, it's such a great group of lads, and there was a good solid bond between everybody.
There's a lot of time to do it as well, because in a film like this there's a lot of set pieces and there's a lot of choreography when it comes to on the water, and they take quite a long time. It takes a long task to get boats in certain places, so there was a lot of downtime on set as well.
A lot of waiting about on the boat. Yeah.
And obviously on this film as well, you're working with, alongside other younger actors, but also older, more established actors like Mark Rylance or Tom Hardy. How did that challenge your approach to acting, as well as obviously being in a Christopher Nolan film?
Yeah, by osmosis, it kind of just seeped in, and you were just playing the situations as honestly as possible. And when you're working opposite somebody like Mark, it just felt like a breeze. It just happened because it was so easy to just be in the moment with those kind of guys. You know?
And they're all very non-starry. They all have that in common. The bigger actors in this film, you know, Killian included and Ken, they're very. The one thing they've got in common is that they're not very starry.
They're actors.
They're just blokes.
They are actors.
They're just blokes.
They are actors, and they're, you know, a lot of them are stage actors.
Yeah.
As well. Which is probably why they're like that.
Well, you're both performing in more physical roles in the air and the sea, without the focus of lots and lots of dialogue. How did that change your approach as actors?
It's great sometimes when you don't have a lot of dialogue. It's actually, you probably had the most, probably sort of in the film. No, it's great. It's great fun. I love when you rely more on the physicality of a character. It's great, you know, and you think less when you're in a physical moment, when you're trying to get out of something or trying to run away from something. You think less because you do anyway.
And you're not caught up with how that line sounded, or you know, where do I put the intonation in this line? And it's that's not important. You're completely focused on the action and, you know, what you're doing and what situation you're in. You don't have to think about anything else.
What practical skills did you pick up doing this film?
I learned how to throw a rope. Although the take that they've used in the film is where I botch it up a bit.
But
that's the real situation.
Yeah.
But, I was mastering it. I had like hours and hours of.
So hold on, in that take where you don't make it.
Yeah. No, that was
genuinely
intentional.
Trying to make.
No, that was intentional. The first one that was a bit rubbish, but the second one it sort of got a bit tangled. I was like, but no, that was a skill that I acquired.
I was watching the film. I was like, oh, he didn't throw the rope properly. That's it. I'm
ruined.
Yeah,
1 star.
A powerful experience. Were you making it knowing how it's going to feel like as an audience?
I mean, it's always difficult with a film when you're making films. Is that it's because film in general is such a technical thing. It is very stop-starty. So I don't think you do spend your time going, oh my God, I'm in Dunkirk, and you know, and I think it's important as well, because I think the guys that we were representing weren't necessarily there thinking, God, I'm part of history. They're just thinking about what am I? Yeah, I need to get that guy out of there. And I think it's sort
of pragmatic. And,
it's bred into you on a film set, because you aren't, unless they had music playing the whole time when we were on film, on set.
Yeah, we've seen.
Okay, and your thoughts?
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see, that's the standard reaction from everybody so far.
It is kind of, though, the kind of film you want to see again, though.
I think I do need to see it again.
When we all saw it, we were all a bit like,
oh my God. Yeah.
Because it was such a large part of our life for 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Well, just briefly, without giving anything away, just give us a wee bit of insight into who your characters are, maybe how they relate to each other then as well.
So I play a civilian called Peter Dawson, who goes over from Dorset, where myself and Mark live. And Mark plays my dad, Mark Rylance, and we go over as part of Operation Dynamo to retrieve some of the soldiers off the beach at Dunkirk.
And I play Collins, who's an RAF pilot, a flying officer in the RAF, who's sent over to help protect the beach during the evacuation.
You have to do a lot of acting, just your eyes, basically. You're like darting around the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all your training has gone into
just
straight
into
looking
the eyes.
around.
That's what we did in the audition. I just came in like that.
Like that, basically.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Ninja.
No, it was it was a lot of, it was very cramped in that cockpit, and And actually, you know, we were saying earlier about with Chris's films, if there needs to be planes, the guy just gets planes. There's no CGI or stuff like that. But at some points in that cockpit, we did have to use our imagination, because whenever we had to get really close in, we were on a gimbal on the ground. So you were sometimes, you know, quite often looking at crew, you know, and you had to use your imagination. So it was both extremes in this film.
Yeah.
And Tom, you mentioned Mark Rylance there playing your dad. Nice dad to have. You also spent a lot of time with Barry and Cillian, two Irish actors, and Cillian Murphy's Cheekbones. How was that experience on the boat?
Yeah, you can key a car with them, can't you?
Yeah,
I think he probably has.
Yeah,
in
probably.
his younger days growing up, just rumble on the side.
He's a very handsome man. But yeah, no, it was great to work with those guys. Yeah,
you can get so lost in there.
You can.
Well, you're looking practically Irish now at the moment. 'Cause
Yeah.
in the film, you don't have red hair. It's
I'm
blonde in the
naturally
film.
blonde. This is
You're
for
naturally
a
blonde.
different part. Yeah.
This is just, you knew you were being interviewed by Irish
Fiery
people.
ginger. Yeah.
Right, okay. Apart from Dunkirk, of course, what was your favourite Christopher Nolan film before coming
Oh
in?
God, yeah, that is a good question.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think it has to be The Dark Knight. I think it's everything seemed to just
Gels.
yeah, it was just
Performances, cinematography, direction, the whole thing.
and that darkness that I think it's in this film, that sort of relentless darkness, the brutality of The Dark Knight. A lot of it's in this film. I think.
Pressure and the tension
Yeah.
and sort of the breathlessness.
So it's The Dark Knight and Dunkirk then.
Aye. Well, yeah.
Double whammy.
Unfortunately, someone was actually on their phone during some of the screening of Dunkirk.
You're
I was
joking.
wondering,
I hope you hit them.
Were they disappeared?
well, what should we do with people who insist on using their phone
That.
in the cinema?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's worse in the theatre.
Yeah. People answering phones in the theatre. I mean, I didn't know
Eating.
people's brains work like that, but they do. Some people's do.
There are some horrible people out there.
Yeah, there are some truly disgusting people.
Get out.
One final question. Who's going to win, McGregor or Mayweather?
Oh, good question, man. I like your style.
Mayweather.
Mayweather. It's got to be. Although I am a big Conor McGregor fan, but I just
Massive.
think
Yeah.
he's
I
been a
love
bit
that
more than
guy.
he can chew, I think.
I think they'll take it to 12 rounds.
Yeah.
I think they'll be made to.
They've both got so much
Don't you
pride,
think?
so it's just going to be a clash of the titans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Well, listen, congrats again. Again. Congratulations.
Thanks,
And as I said, take the rest of the day off. Perfect.
Thanks, mate.
Jack,
Yeah,
Tom.
thanks.
No bother.
Every hour the enemy pushes closer.